behind from where I am on that side. You can see Chris scrambling to set up her granny monitor so she could read the comments. She's running back and forth as I speak. Oh, there was a monitor down there. Hello, Ann. Hello, Karen. How are you?
Lights on behind you.
Donna. Lights aren't on behind me either. John McGinnis. How are you? Lois, Carrie, Anna. How's everyone doing? So Wednesday night. Originally, we were planning on possibly heading to the Creeper Gallery, but 90-degree weather will change your mind real quick when you're thinking about doing that, because that building would have been a scorcher. We would have been so hot. So
auction stuff.
We decided not to do that. So tonight, instead, we're coming on here. We'll talk to y'all, as they say in New Jersey. And after this, I'm going to start cutting more clips for the Creeper Gallery auction that happens on the 18th of September, I believe. And 5 items. I got to cut clips for 5 items. So
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot. So it's a pain in the butt watching those investigations all over again, and then having to chop them down to 2 or 3 minutes of a best of clips. So no fun, but got to do what I got to do for Donna, you know? So, I don't know what's going on here. Lights going on around me. There she goes. She got her monitor. Her monitor, I don't know if you saw that bright light come on. The monitor is right here, so I can see all the comments now in big font right there. So now she'll be happy. Hello, Dana. How are you? So, like I said, we were thinking of going to Creeper Gallery, but the heat, no way. You have no idea. Even with the air on, if the air's not running all day, you turn it on, it gets it till it's kind of cool when we start, and then we shut it off, and then we sweat. So
She made it. She made it. Yes.
You done?
I am.
Good. Happy to hear that.
Me too.
Anyway, so I wanted to mention really quick before we get started on anything, the Gloria workshop that we're doing October 27th. That's actually from, what did I say, 10 to 5?
Yeah.
10 to 5. That's an all-day deal that you're going to be taught how to be a Jedi Master.
And she's doing this for free.
Doing this for free for, again, we have about 17, 18 people. So I did reach out to a bunch of people. Donna, you're in too, if you want to come. Donna Schultz. I don't know if I reached out to you, but I reached out to a bunch of people if they want to come. So I think we have our group pretty much set. Donna, you're in. I'll put your name on the list. But I reached out to a bunch of people. Those of you who didn't, reach out to me and I'll try to get you in. I think we have room for like 2 or 3 more, maybe. So anything over that, she's not going to want to do it. But I don't blame her. Again, she's giving us a free full day workshop. So if you're asking the question if I've studied meditation at all, the correct answer is
no.
I haven't yet, but I will.
Hi, Jen.
I will. Maybe the night before I'll give it a quick run through, see if it takes. If not, that's what the class is for, right? Right. Hey, Diana, how are you? So, that's what's going on. People are emailing me, and believe me, I appreciate it. I really do. Hey, Alex is coming. I really appreciate people reaching out and asking about events. Everything is sold out with the exception of the November 30th Centenary University event at the college. Those tickets are on the Centenary University website. I'll post a link to that again. I know I haven't done that in a while, but those are the only tickets available as of right now. The October 12th event we won't know about that till probably maybe late next week. So that will be.
I think this is the
And
link.
even then, it may be after next week.
I think that's the link if it works.
Oh, if it's not, then that says September
Well, it does, but if you click on the link, it takes you to the
to the page.
It takes you to the page. You do the drop down.
Oh, Lord, help me,
Wait a
people.
minute. Wait a minute.
Lord, help me, people.
If you do the drop down, listen to me, guys. This is how you.
A lot harder than it's going to have to
If
be.
you click on this and hit the drop down and hit events.
Hit arrow back to get to the main page.
No. Don't mess people up. If you hit the drop down arrow, and then it gives you all the dates. There's November 30th. It's right there.
Yeah, that's the easy way. Anyway.
It is the easy way. That's how I got it.
So yes, that is how you would get it. But for other people, I'll just post the November link.
And it says
Heather says sold out because it's the September event that she just posted.
Because what I just said, and John talked over me, was that if you go to the top and you hit the drop down box, it will have all of the stuff that's there for New Jersey. And you go down to November 30th. Don't.
Instead of just putting the link for the November one.
Because I don't have that one.
It's okay. I'll post it on our page. Please don't let her confuse you. Everyone's going to think it's not sold out. I'll post the link. Please just don't listen. Got in my room today for the cobblestone. Think they have them.
Well, you have to call the private hotel number.
Yeah. You have to call the
number.
Yeah, there's no website or anything for that. But November 30th for Centenary is still available. November 16th for Burlington Prison is an open house, $5 admission. Everyone's welcome to come to that. Tour the prison, hang out with us for the day. It'll be a lot of fun. Said 2 days after my birthday, so pile of gifts. I won't get mad at you if you do that.
Exactly, Heather.
But anyway, plan on coming to that too. That's going to be really cool. Burlington Prison. But all the events are sold out. So when people ask me about the Sterling Hill Mine on October 19th or the September 14th event or September, all that stuff's sold out. There's no tickets available for anything other than the Centenary University November 30th event.
Yeah, we got no wiggle room at all.
Even the Waynesboro thing, done. So one event. Now we will be adding October 12th, South Jersey. That, like I said, I would imagine, I don't know what today's date is, but I would imagine by the
28th.
By late next week, we should have an announcement on that where it is, what it is, when it's going to be, the tickets are available. But that's it, 2, and we're done.
But how many spots do you have? Because people already put in requests for.
Oh, I have got those requests, so I know. We got about half of them already spoken for. So the rest of the people, though, they're going to wait until it's announced, see if it's in their area, if they're available.
Makes sense.
And then boom. And then we have the Expo, November 2nd and 3rd. Going to be a big one, people. Woo! You guys are going to want to be there if you're near Jersey or around Jersey. In that time frame, November 2nd and 3rd, come to New Jersey Power Unity. Well, now Donna goes and announce another event.
Wait. We decided on
that? Donna says there will be a Ghost of Christmas Past at the new Creeper Gallery. So forget what I said. There's actually going to be.
So we are going to do that, huh? All right.
We love to end of the year with Donna.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good time, man. Every time, somebody dresses up and has to be the look at me person every year, and
I wasn't there
somebody else does all the work.
I wasn't there the last year, so
somebody else does all the work. So that would be
me.
But you guys, again, I don't know how we're going to do that this year, Donna. If we're going to do 2 separate sessions like we did, or if we're just going to do one, but there'll probably be total 20 to 24 tickets available. At the Creeper Gallery, we actually do a live investigation of the objects in front of you guys. 2 sessions, 8 tickets each. That ain't many. That's going to go like that. In fact, message Donna right now if you're interested. Donna Marion, go to the Creeper Gallery page, reserve those 16 spots. Donna wants to surprise me, so surprise for Donna. If you're interested, Creeper Gallery page, I want to come. Tell me the date, no matter what time, and
the S landed.
Tickets will be reserved.
Do not message me.
So you want to start, Donna, when you push back with a surprise on me? I go right back to you. But always a good time.
This is the scenario where the S lands where the S lands. It just landed.
No, don't message Donna yet.
No, she's
because
joking.
We don't have a date. We don't have time. So I was
Yeah.
joking. Don't message Donna. I'm sure we'll work out the date and the time and the number of people, and then we'll put that all out. So she
announced and surprised everybody that there's going to be a
that's
Christmas
that's
event.
That's everyone's Christmas present from Donna.
Really cool.
Everyone's holiday present.
Because we do love that event. So yes, we have nothing. LOL.
Yeah. Fall out for that again. Donna loves it when you reach out to her. And she does. She says, John, I can't tell you how much I love when New Jersey Paranormal people reach out to me and ask when are tickets available and things like that and questions about the objects. So feel free. She loves it. So anyway, it turns out we will be doing a Ghost of Christmas Pass.
Thank you.
We will be doing a Ghost of Christmas Pass, which again, I know people were talking about. We were talking about it. But if you haven't been before, people who are new to following us or haven't been to that event, in previous years at the old place, we would do 1 or 2 or 3 events where you guys were there. We took out the objects. We let you handle the objects, and we did the investigation right there in front of you in the shop.
Yeah.
So you got to tour the shop. You got to see the other objects. You got to hang out with Donna, hang out with us, enjoy the holiday, and we do the investigations. So we call it the Ghost of Christmas Pass. So we weren't sure about this year because she moved and, you know, what she wanted to do with the shop, what she didn't want to do. So it turns out she wants to do it. So 8 people per group. That's going to be a premium one, people.
Yeah.
That is going to be because a lot of people are going to want to come to that.
Thank you, Patricia.
Patty,
Patricia, was nice of you.
How in the world did you figure that out so quickly?
Because she was able to see.
And yet you didn't post an event that was sold out 3 years ago. Kudos to you, Patricia. Thank you.
Patricia, would you like to work with John?
Much appreciated for that instead of posting a sold out event. Each session, I believe, was 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah. I think 2 hours, maybe. Hour and a half, 2 hours, I think.
He's worked, Patricia. Just letting you know.
So we do a 2-hour session, then we take a half-hour break to get everyone out and everybody back in.
Yeah.
And then we do the next session. And it'll be really cool because, again, you get to be in the shop, you get to be with us. Not many times you get to hang out with us and Donna together, you know. So that'll be fun. It's just a matter of when and how. It is usually on a Friday night because the shop is open Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So I don't think Donna's going to want to do
point,
it.
Laura.
I would rather do it on a Saturday night, to be honest with you. But I don't think Donna's going to want to stick around and be there for all those hours extra.
And then turn around and come back on Sunday.
Come back and work on Sunday. She's just not going to do that. So it'll be a Friday night. I'm almost positive of that. But then again, hey, message Donna. Everybody reach out and see what she thinks. Anyway, the objects that we picked for February 14th, I don't remember, but we did that whole thing where you guys picked the top 3. I have it written down somewhere, so that'll be for September 14th at Centenary University. So, but coming up is the John Zaffis Camp Evans, September 7th, with his haunted objects. And then if you come to the expo, you get John Zaffis's haunted objects, you get Donna's haunted objects, and you get Cody and Satori haunted objects on top of that. One thing you need to concern yourself at any paranormal event that you do or anywhere you go is seeing a full body apparatus. I didn't know there was such a thing until Tracy came to our event at Liberty Hall, and
Poor
she
Tracy.
was concerned about this thing called a apparatus that she thought was standing behind her. I don't know what kind of apparatus, but she was concerned of this apparatus, whatever it was going to attack her or come at her. So Tracy, just know that
we don't have any apparatuses at our events.
There are no such thing as apparatuses, no matter what you see in the horror movies, and they will not attack you or come after you.
Maybe an apparition.
It's all Hollywood. Those scary apparatuses that you see, Tracy. Just know from your friend here, John, that
we love Tracy.
Nothing to fear from apparatuses. Nothing. So, one of the funnier moments
I'm gonna bring an apparatus to an event with her.
I love Tracy, and I love Joe, and I love Tommy. Good people, great people. But Tracy does make me laugh, and that's why I like being around Tracy, because she's got some doozies for you when you least expect it. And again, I'm mapping her with the SLS, and there's an apparatus behind her, and she ran and yelled the whole entire.
So that's the new word for anyone that comes across. Tracy, did you see an apparatus? I mean, you just got to give it to her, because it's just, we can't let her live that down.
No, she'll never. That's a legendary now. Yeah, and she wanted her sister to hold her while the apparatus was behind her. So definitely a funny moment. But so again, odds are maybe tomorrow night, because I gotta show Chris when we get off the live stream, but there are dolls that are part of the auction that I couldn't remember. I may have done them. We may have done them, but I wasn't sure where to find them on our page or the Creeper Gallery page, and Donna couldn't find them either. So she's thinking maybe they weren't done, but they look familiar. So I'll show you the picture when we're done. But we might go there tomorrow. So we'll see. Again, the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow, 78. The auction is September 18th, I believe, right?
I don't
know. Chris is going to post an auction from 2 years ago.
I don't get those messages.
Just
I don't know.
Hit the arrow.
That's between
scroll
Donna
way
and
down to 2024.
Listen,
and then you'll find.
Thank you, Donna.
You'll find the
But
new
John makes
auction.
fun of me. But if I'm not on the messaging and them going back for the planning, I don't know the information, do I? He tells me in passing. Half the time, I don't even know what we're going to go and investigate that he gets pictures for, because he doesn't show me. So again, you can't turn around and go.
We're talking about Centenary University.
You just said auction.
You and the apparatus.
You just said auction.
Well,
about the auction.
Yeah. I asked you what the date was.
Well, why would I know it? Why would I know what date that is? Yes.
I expect that's on Donna's page. We're taking part in it. I thought maybe you would.
Is it on Donna's? Is it on your page, Donna? Is it on your page?
Why would it be on my page? It's not my auction.
So, Chris, you need to find the information. I have access to it right here, because I got.
Because I go to the Creeper Gallery page.
I got. Oh, because you and Donnie didn't talk about when you're going to do it? You found out on her page?
I looked on her page when it was to confirm the date. Yes. October 18th.
Do you notice, guys, that there is no plausible way I will ever win a discussion with John? Notice I didn't say argument. Discussion.
Is it on the Creeper Gallery page?
Yes.
I see it.
Yes.
Nikki sees it as well.
So he tells me I need to
Nikki,
search
all you
out
have
the
to do,
info.
you're saying, is to visit that page to find that date? Kind of like that website where.
It's the day after my birthday.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't schedule anything for you.
I like that. I like that.
We're going to be with Donna the day after your birthday.
I like that.
And you know what she's going to give you?
No, we're going to do the auction.
No, she's going to give you one of those devil statues
Don't
that I
you
want.
even do that. Don't you listen to him, Donna. Do not listen to him. Do not listen to him, Donna.
My name is Rose, and I am bigger than biggest ever believer in the paranormal. Well, Rose, I'm a big believer myself, but I don't believe in everything and anything that
Taylor.
people tell me and everything I hear. He is the all-knowing parent. Wait, John McGinnis, I'm going to make you a promise.
He's the all-knowing Pete,
and everybody
right?
else watching, everybody, listen now. and hear me. After October 27th, before Halloween, my abilities after attending this workshop will be unlike anything you've ever seen. I make that promise right now.
You do.
Put it on your calendar, jot it down. You're going to see. You can see for yourself. My name is Rose. I've been levitated. Rose, I don't believe in demons, so no. I've never been
boy is right, Donna.
levitated by a demon. Boy. Sorry. Hey, don't bring Italian things into this, Luann. Luann, don't you dare. Don't bring that into it. We're not going to go down into the mud.
The silent thing in the room, right?
But anyway, I did reach out to the people who are taking part in that, and glow in the dark. This is true. My aura may be so powerful that I may actually illuminate in the dark.
Huh.
No, magic rocks will not help anything, Nikki. Nikki, I am shocked at you because Nikki, I take you as a genuine,
you might levitate,
logical investigator, and the magic rocks thing takes you down a couple of notches for me.
So do you think
just a few?
If you illuminate so much and your aura becomes so powerful that you might levitate?
Again, you hate, but you watch. When I'm walking into buildings now and I'm sensing like Zach Baggins, all that's around me.
Yeah.
And I'm threatening to choke one of you at every investigation because the demons are taking me over. Then you're all gonna know. You're gonna know.
You find yourself.
You're gonna know for yourself
on the floor. You do that.
But I am. I'm taking that very seriously. It's the truth.
You should.
7 hours. 7-hour workshop. Could you imagine?
For free, too. That was what blows my mind.
I know.
This woman is giving her whole day to try to teach us.
Know how much she usually charges for that workshop?
How much?
Take a guess.
I can't even imagine. I've never done one.
Just take a guess.
I know when I went to therapy to learn how to meditate, it was like $150 a session.
$120 per person for that workshop.
Wow.
Who loves you? Who loves you, people? Who loves you?
Gloria.
I'm sorry. Again, I usually don't get credit for facilitating anything.
I give you all
Others
the credit
like
in the
to
world.
give the credit or take credit in some cases.
Yes.
But that's what I do for you guys. See, we be better master. We're all going to be.
Yeah, there you go, Mary.
And then what happens when we do an event and we get all those people together who attended this class? Forget it.
It's going to be like Ghostbusters where all of the spirits just come flying in.
The balls of light. It's going to be like the scene out of the original Ghostbusters where the lights come flying out and things are going to be flying all over. You watch.
Yeah, okay.
So, I need to get rid of this person. So, sorry? What'd you tell me? I'm sorry. There's only so many times I could stand
person, obviously.
Being asked if I've been levitated by a demon, and
you'll be the key master.
Annabelle. So, but again, what's really cool is that, and yes, I am going to take credit for this because it is all my idea. I mean, let's face it. There's no sense to beat around the bush.
What was your idea? Doing the class?
Including everyone in the past live things, the psychic drawing things, the spirit art, past lives, dream interpretations. Yeah, and this.
Let me see your hand.
Well, all my ideas.
Hold your hand up.
All my ideas.
Let me see your hand.
So the idea about.
Let me see your hand.
The idea about, again, community and bringing people in to our world, not just in the discussion, but also with the investigations, the live investigations, along with every time we do something, I ask the people, I demonstrate it. And not only show us, let's see you do it. That's the only way I'm ever going to believe anything.
Well, you want everybody to benefit like what you do, how you do it.
Right. And if I can participate and benefit from it, And again, maybe I'm not always the best subject for that. We've done so many sessions in the past.
You can make people inclusive. It's pretty cool. But do you have blisters on your hand?
So many sessions that we've done in the past, to their credit, the stuff that they've come out with, and when they participated, I mean, personal, deep stuff, it doesn't work without that. It really doesn't.
No.
You know, and that's the credit of Gloria herself. After we were going back and forth and we set up the whole thing where people could come, she said, I watch you guys all the time. I'm really impressed by what you both have built. And I said, well, Chris really does nothing, but thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. But she did. She said, I'm really impressed by what you both have built. And that means a lot from someone like her who's been in the field
a long time,
as long as she has, because again, we don't just talk it, we don't just preach it, we live it. And I mean that put that on a t-shirt, because it's true.
But the truth is too, John, and I do give you credit on this, all joking aside.
Exactly.
Because John does, like, we're, people got to learn it. This is me and John. This is how we go back and forth. We joke and stuff. But the bottom line is that when John got into this, and the way he is, I have to see it to believe it. I have to experience it. You can talk to me, you can tell me stuff, but okay, let me put you through the test. Let me see what it's like. Let me experience what you're saying. But he didn't just want to make it about himself. He wanted to draw everybody else into it with him, from your perspective as well as his. And there's not too many people that will do that. A lot of people will do this for themselves. Sorry, guys.
Yes, go on. What were you saying? Continue.
I was singing to the choir, baby. But no, seriously, it is all encompassing and important that we're all inclusive, and that there's different perspectives and different things. And it's really cool to be exposed, because if we're being exposed to it, why wouldn't you guys want to be exposed to it?
I heartily agree. And
I'm sure you do.
Cheers. Cheers to that. Cheers to that, everyone. Cheers to that.
People show me pics and things, but I didn't take it, so I can't
Cheers
say that I believe it. I didn't listen or start. Yeah, you got to figure it out for yourself.
Cheers to that.
You got to be a part of that. You got to experience it. I mean, somebody can sit there and tell you, this is my experience. This is what happened to me. And you could be like, oh, that's great. That's interesting. That's great. I've never experienced that. I've never, like, if somebody tells you going on a roller coaster, oh my God, if you went on that roller coaster, it's crazy. If you never rid a roller coaster, you would not understand what that's about.
Relics, John, you do have the proper. John's going to be my PR. John's going to be my PR guy. I think John knows how to exactly word.
John knows
exactly
how to
what I'm thinking. He really does.
You got the same humor.
John and I are simpatico. We really are. Speaking of tip cup, getting on this thing, tip, not tin cup.
He did say tin cup on there though, but tip cup. What about the tip cup? What am I missing?
Forget it. You really just. We're going to go see a comedian together on September or something. Is it September or October?
September. We're going with Brian.
She does not laugh at comedians. Her and I have watched comedy specials together, and I laugh out loud. She doesn't laugh at comedians. So I am really curious to see what she's going to be like at a real comedy show. She doesn't laugh. So I'm curious what that's going to be like. I'm probably going to wind up watching her more than I'm listening to the jokes, because she just doesn't laugh at comedians. Yeah, Jose doesn't either.
So what's the problem with that?
It's weird is what it is.
Why is it weird?
It's like you're missing something.
No. You mean because you
Tracy, speaking of the apparatus herself, everyone. Tracy's here. Tracy, your ears must have been ringing.
So why does it bother you that maybe I'm laughing internally?
The apparatus showed up. You're not laughing. I wonder if you even get the jokes. That's what I'm
I
wondering.
do get the jokes.
Okay.
I'm an intelligent woman.
I'm just saying. I mean, your comedy intelligence, I think, is lacking. I don't think you.
Comedy
Yeah, I don't think you really. Lisa Radich. Oh, Lisa must have contacted her. No, we're going to again. I know this is not non-paranormal related, but I used to love Howard Stern in high school, junior high. I listened to him as I was getting ready for school. If I was homesick, I listened to him all day. We got to listen to him at my job for a while there. And one of the guys that was on his show that everybody knew, if you listen to Howard, was Jackie the Joke Man. And Jackie the Joke Man is going to be, where's he going to be? It's going to be in there somewhere, isn't it?
Dunland? Where is it? I call it Dunland. What is it?
Chris is going to Ireland to see this comedy show. It's called Dunellen.
Dunland, okay.
And someone called it Dunellen.
Dunland.
Jackie, yes. Dunland. Jackie is awesome. Thank you. I agree. I've been wanting to see Jackie since I was in high school. And yeah, Jackie's still alive. Jackie's in the 70s. So I am so looking forward to this. But Jackie tells a lot of like dad jokes or old joke book jokes that are straight from the old 1980 joke books. It's how he built his career. And I am curious to see everybody else laughing at this comedian and this one looking just the way she looks right now. I've never been to a comedy show with her. This is going to be.
I am not.
This is going to be a first in 30 years. This will be a first for us.
Listen,
because we watched comedy shows together. She doesn't laugh ever.
No.
I do stand-ups.
I do sometimes.
Very rare.
There's some things that I'm just not a reactory person like that, and I don't react the way that is expected. I react how I react. What's wrong with that?
I just think it's weird. I think it's weird.
Well, there's things you do that are weird.
Well, you're weirder. Much weirder.
Weirder.
She's not a horror person either.
Oh, I don't do horror.
I
do not like horror.
We went to go see the new Alien movie. She wouldn't come.
Didn't want to. I had no interest in it. It's not that I had no interest in it.
I can't see her liking Jack. I don't know. I don't know.
It depends.
That used to make me. I mean, again, I'm getting way sidetracked, but I mean, I like.
I laughed out loud at the first Bad Moms movie with my daughter. I thought that was hysterical. You've never seen it. I know you haven't. Bad Moms. Oh, no. It was funny.
Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So, how did we get around to this? I don't do hard either, Chris. We'll just go out. Well, Tracy, watch your back. Just telling you, because rumor has it those apparatuses could pop up anywhere at any time if you're not looking over your shoulder.
I don't like that gore and horror films. I've never liked. I'm not a visual. I've gone through too much trauma in my life where I don't find it entertaining or fun for me. Really, come on. That's right, Tracy. You tell them.
Anyway, so again, now it seems we have another event that we're doing that we really weren't planning on. And here's one for you. So remember we were talking about the German club.
Oh, yeah.
You may remember this from months ago. I'm doing this. That means months ago.
Early in the year.
Months ago. So the whole issue was this person who's our contact there, he claims that there's paranormal activity going on. He's heard things and he's seen things. He knows people in the kitchen who have seen things and heard things and a few others. But as soon as we kind of mentioned that we might be coming there, or he mentioned we might be coming there, there were people who have been club members for a very long time saying, I've been there, nothing has ever happened. I don't know. I've never heard. Is there stuff? Isn't there stuff? So we kind of backed away saying we don't want to cause issues for this guy at the club or anybody else who may have heard and stuff, seen things, or anybody who thinks that it's nonsense and it doesn't exist. So we stepped away from it. And he literally messaged me yesterday when I was out, and he said, I saw a shadow figure today in the kitchen or downstairs somewhere. He's like, I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it. And I said, you know what? We'll come in and we'll take a look. So
it's an interesting place.
It'll probably be after Oktoberfest, which is, from what I hear, the end of September.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
How could Oktoberfest not be in October?
When is it?
He said the 27th and 28th, I think.
Of
September. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But anyway, he said it has to be after that. So the question will be, yes, we're going to do it, but what we're probably going to do is we're going to debate whether we're going to do it live. We'll talk to him about that.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing now, especially when you're dealing with buildings where people might have issues either way, and it may affect people. You know, you don't want to be a member there or be up on the chain of whatever leadership and have people debating you about different things and getting in arguments. Like, you know, it's not quite politics, but it could be if people strongly believe there's nothing there and you're making stuff up, and yet others are true believers. You know, you're going to get back and forth,
especially long-term.
We don't want to cause, we don't want to cause any issues for anybody that's there, whether you're a member or whether you're. So, will we do it live? I don't know. If anything, at the very least, I can promise you that we'll film it. We'll film it, and then we'll go through it, and then we'll get the approval from him and whoever else of what we're going to show and see if it's okay. I mean, that seems to be, that's not the ideal way. See, it's not that I prefer to do it that way, because I don't. I like doing everything live because it is what it is. You see it when we see it. And I just think it's the better way to do it. But that place and the place we're doing now, the South Jersey place, it's more fitting for the location and the board members. Even though they were okay with us streaming, we would rather do it, have them present, film it, and then say, okay, you were there. You saw what happened.
You're okay with
We're now going to edit this down to an hour, whatever, and we're going to show it.
Because I've never dealt with anything like, so they have no idea what sometimes can come out.
And there may be one member of that board who has a problem with any one thing, you know, not this place in particular, but there have been others where we weren't informed that slaves were there, yet we were getting responses from slaves. And it was our research that found that there were slaves there. And I'm not going to mention I'm not going to say if it was in New Jersey, New York, Hawaii. I'm not saying where it is or when it was.
Basically.
All I'm saying was nobody told us that. And when it was coming through, again, we were streaming stuff, and we were worried that, hey, this is what's coming through here, yet we were told there were no slaves here, yet there's stuff going on here of people claiming to be slaves. Luckily for us, they were cool with it and they accepted it, and they actually did some research themselves and came up with all the names of the slaves that were on the property. But that could go the other way just as easy. That could,
especially if it's their narrative.
If they're dead set against telling that story of that family having, let's face it, you know, slavery was a thing. It happened. But some people don't want that represented as
they want to bury it and pretend it never happened. They want a clean slate. And sometimes when spirits speak, they're going to tell you their truth.
And it can go the other way.
Yeah.
Even, you know, when you hear things about, you know, tragedies, murders, assaults, things claiming to be evil. We don't control that. It is what it is, you know? And when you're doing it live, you're basically just putting it out there. Now, Can I delete it after? Yeah, I guess, but that's after
it's already been put out
everyone
there.
watched it live. And we've run into that situation before where I had to, as the business, they say scrub some videos because there were people unhappy with what came through on a live. They didn't necessarily agree. So I got rid of it because I didn't want any issues for us or for them or for anyone that they represented. It's a touchy thing because in our field, doing what we do, there is no 100% guarantee that the spirits we're talking to are spirits that were even in that building. Let's face it. I believe spirits can wander. They can be in a particular area and come through. Why not? They're people. They were people. If they have the build, why would they just be able to zap into one place, even if they're not stuck there and just, okay, this is because we were here, this is the only place we can go and zap out.
So what do you think, you're saying that, what do you think could be the reason for that? Is it because you might have so many connections to certain places, whether it's trauma, good feelings, where you grew up? Like I've told you a million times, one of my happy places growing up was at my grandparents' place up in Vermont. But I also had some really great memories and connections to things that I hold dear with my mom. Do you think that can you think that I, as a spirit, you can flip back and forth in between all of these different places in time of when you were a person? Like a favorite home, a favorite spot, a favorite time period because of a memory.
I would hope so. I mean, to me, that would be my idea.
Not just tragedy. We focus on tragedy all the time.
No, but that would be my idea of heaven. To be able to share time with the people that meant the most to me that have crossed over, but to also do the things you said. I mean, if time is linear, when you're gone, that time really doesn't exist anymore. There is no time. Then, like you said, wouldn't it be great if you could tap into, as a spirit, going at least during your timeline? Like you said, not going all the way back to the dinosaurs, like Back to the Future, but during your soul's existence.
Yeah.
If you could go back to points that would be amazing. Again, that would be my idea.
Because we talk about spirits, being like, and a perfect example, Gettysburg, right? That area is so saturated with so much trauma and the things that happened there and the death that, you go there and it's a mecca of a lot of activity. And we get focused on trauma, when things happen and people tend to be right there or whatever, and you're communicating with that. But why can't it be the other side of that, of things that are so good and so heartwarming in it, that it's something that you hold dear, like that feeling of my special place of being at my grandparents' house in Vermont.
Yeah, well, that's what
why wouldn't that be just as strong?
That's what the good hauntings are. It's people that were in those places that are just kind of.
I'd like to think that that's what we can do.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about places in particular. I'm talking about periods of time. Like, could I zap back into my, one of my happier memories? You know what I mean? Hypothetically, the birth of my child or whatever. Could I visit that moment and even not just be me present there, but spiritually be there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it works out. That would be my idea of heaven, but maybe it doesn't work that way. It's weird to think of people like, I love Chip Coffey and I think Chip is very good at what he does, but I've heard him say things like, Chip, I hope you're not watching. And
Somebody will make sure
please somebody share this with Chip. But I heard Chip say things like, you got to get used to being on the other side. You transition, you got a new routine. It's almost like, again, it's a new life. You're no longer in the physical life, but in the spiritual life,
you transcended.
It is like another dimension, only we're spirits, and we have none of the pressures or hardships and all that crap that we deal with here. it's weird to think of it on that level. You know what I mean? Which again, in theory, would be kind of cool, I guess, if heaven were. I don't know. I really don't know. It's really, it's again the biggest mystery of all. There's a movie that I really, one of my favorite movies. Um, it's called, and again, it's nothing. It has a little to do with the afterlife, kind of ish. There's this movie called The Invention of Lying with Rick Gervais. I think that's how you say his name. Where their reality is they come from a place where everyone tells the truth all the time.
Can't lie.
No one is capable of lying. If you hate people, you tell them to their face. If you think they're heavy, whatever, you just say what comes out of your mouth, whatever you think. And he invents lying. He's the first one to ever tell a lie. So his mother is dying, and in the movie, and she says, "I'm afraid," because the doctors are again very blunt, and there is no heaven because no one has made up anything. They're just telling their truth, and it's you're expired, you died, that's it. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm afraid." And he's like, "Yeah." The doctors are like, "Yeah, there is no anything. She's dead. That's it. We'll put her in the ground." And so he tries to comfort her, knowing he has this power, and he tells her he makes up heaven.
Yeah.
And all the doctors are listening because there is no such thing as lying, so they're thinking he's telling the truth. And then he starts telling to make people feel better because they're asking how it works. And he said, everybody gets a mansion and everybody sees each other again. And anyway, but that's the movie. And it's really heartwarming that way to where, again, he eliminates his mother's fear by just
giving her something comforting.
Right, the story up, but then he has to build upon it and create what the afterlife is and how it works.
Yeah, he had to come up with that whole big lie.
My fear is that everyone, with the exception of Gloria, every medium that I've spoken to, and if you watch that interview, Gloria is the only one who will kind of at least give you a bit of a roadmap to where she thinks it works and how it works once you pass. The rest will tell you vague things about this or that.
I don't think anybody knows.
Why is that? Even those who have gone and come back couldn't tell you exactly the way it is.
I don't know. I have this, and I hope that it's not the case, but I always wonder as I'm getting older, in the back of my mind, is it like when you go to sleep at night and you close your eyes and the lights out?
That's a possibility. That's a real possibility. It is. But you have to ask yourself this question. I would never, if I hadn't experienced what I have experienced, and then there was that neurologist or neurosurgeon. This guy's a man of science. He knows exactly what parts of the brain of his weren't functioning when he saw what he saw and experienced what he experienced. A man of science like that backing up, like, hey, look, I know I died and I went somewhere. I think we went from being, again, religion was started and created. There were the gods, people for the sun, the ocean, all that. And then we had a God, and everybody believes in a higher spirit some way, somehow. And again, it was that made up from men and women throughout time to explain the things for which there was no explanation for. Is that possible? Yes. Like you said, maybe the lights go out and maybe that's it. My only problem with that explanation is there's way too much life on this planet, and the way evolution has happened, and so many different species and so many different synergy in the way this supports that, and this we need plants and we need that, and it can't all just be some random happenstance in the universe. It can't be. What a weird, crazy coincidence for this. All of these things have come together, that are science-based to create what we have and all that's around us.
But we are based on reasoning.
As humans, we are.
Yes.
That's
so
our
we
flaw.
have to rationalize things.
But that's our flaw. We're only
there has to be a purpose. There has to
right.
be a reason.
We only live
to
what we can prove and what we can, you know.
And we
theorize.
are creatures of painting over the ugly and giving ourselves a better outlook. We're creatures of hope. We're creatures of believing in something more. Because that
Alex is 100% right. We're not wired for that. And I told you, I take this back to this conversation all the time. I don't really listen to the guy anymore, but Joe Rogan was interviewing a scientist from MIT, very bright guy, very smart guy, and the subject of spirits and quote unquote ghosts came up, and he said, maybe as human beings, again, we're all limited as species, all of us, whatever species is on this planet. Some of us can do more things than others, but we as humans are limited to what we know and what we experience on the planet that we're on and what we can prove through science. Maybe that's that much of what the universe really is and what
I believe that.
Whatever the big mystery is. Because again, I've read that dark matter and stuff like that. We don't know anything. We know how gravity works, but we don't know dark matter.
Some of the science that we thought we got right, we're finding out is wrong.
But I'm just saying, and this MIT scientist said that maybe trying to have humans figure out the afterlife is like giving an ant a cell phone and asking the ant to make a phone call. It will never be able to do it. It's not capable of it. And as humans, same thing.
Right.
We've again,
we're the ones that think we're all knowing.
And who knows, in the future with AI and implants and who knows what else, maybe those answers are a little closer. Who knows?
Well, I am, no matter what my doubts are and what, as you get closer to the end and the thought process and you wonder and you think more deeply than you ever did, and you don't feel like, when we're young, we're infallible, like life goes on forever and it's never going to end. And when you get closer, you start thinking deeper about things. I still stick with the fact of I'm a faith-based individual. I do believe, because of things I've experienced, there's more. And I do believe, with the experience of the loved ones that have left a huge hole in me that cannot be filled, and I feel it. I feel that loss every day. It doesn't matter how much time goes by, that loss is there in the sense of the physical. But there's a belief that love cannot be destroyed and that it exists forever. And what I had and the connections that I have to these people that mean the world to me cannot die. That something transcends into something else after. I
mean, for me, again, even after all of I've experienced and all I've seen and all I've heard, yeah, there is still a 50% of fear in my head that when the lights go out, that's it. Just because it's the unknown. That's what,
But you know what the funny part about this, when you think about it, we've talked about this many times on here. When somebody's getting closer and closer to the threshold of death and that veil or whatever, as people say, is lifted and you're getting closer, our loved ones, your loved ones, my loved ones have seen other people on the other side. Is that your brain tricking you to make you feel
your body
comforted?
Again, here's the problem with that, is that nobody knows completely how the brain works. Nobody, and when your body is suffering through that much trauma, your body's dying. Your brain is doing all it can to protect yourself from your heart, your lungs, everything shutting down, and it's releasing chemicals and whatever that are really designed to just make you quote unquote out of body and not feel any of it. So it's dumping and releasing everything it can to protect from the trauma, and people will say that that's part of people seeing that, like dreaming of loved ones when you miss them and all that now that's your brain's way of.
And that's again, that's rational. Yeah. And that's trying to look at it rationally and through a scientific
Some would say that's Alzheimer's kicking in at the end.
And it could be, but I do. even though I do question certain things, I do believe 100% that there is something more, and that we grieve for the ones that we miss, that we can't have back, that are gone, and the people that we're losing, and the people that matter to us so much and have impacted us, and that they're physically a part of us too. Your children, your mother, your father, they're there, and your siblings. They're a physical part of you. I don't think you lose that connection.
The other day, my sister came out to bed, wasn't feeling well. She got up and went to the spare room, lay down in the bed, and had a dream. That my were in the room with her. She was sitting to her spine. She didn't say a word. She just smiled. Just we're walking around the room, both of them. Yeah. Again, these are the things that at least give me
hope.
50% hope that there is something more. And I should have more than 50%, but I'm just as afraid of death at 55 as I was at the age of 8 years old when I first discovered that we do all. That's how it ends for all of us.
I'm not afraid of death.
I am. I'm afraid of dying.
I think it's because of so much that's happened. The one thing that I'm afraid of, and that I asked mercy on, is that I don't suffer unreasonably.
Well, of course.
That's the only thing that I don't, and I pray that doesn't happen.
No, I want to go first. Out of the two of us,
he told me that.
I do. I don't want to be by myself. I hope I go first.
But it's okay to leave me behind.
Well, you believe you're going to see me again more than I believe I'm going to see you, so that works. You ask me. Pretty much.
But having said that, you don't feel bad at all that you would, as much as I've suffered in life, to lose you and be on my own would be brutal?
No, you'd be fine. You're an outgoing. You're a
what?
Outgoing person. You could.
What does that have to do?
You can fill your time easy.
Wow.
You're right, though. I mean,
wow.
I'm not saying that I'd be easy to replace or anything, because
Timmy, yeah, I'll replace him with Timmy.
I probably won't be easy to replace at all. But anyway, tip jar. So you're bringing me back to my point, Alex. I was telling Michael I can go first and I can arrange that. That I believe, Deb. I've seen you too. What I like about Deb's husband is when we went to the Hoover thing, either last year or the year before, probably last year, we're like, okay, we're all going to start the ghost hunt now. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go see Godzilla 0.
Can you go see a Thanksgiving horror movie too?
And I was just like, I hear that's good. He's like, yeah, it's supposed to be. And it was awesome. So he didn't really want to take part, but he went to see Godzilla. That's what I would do if it was the same thing with her. Resurrect myself. Now there's an idea, John. I'll look into that. AI, the AI John will come back. That would be the one.
Or he'll just come back to haunt me.
I was saying about the tip jar thing. Alex brought me back to a point. I see these, and again, when I say this, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with people doing what they do, making money off of TikTok, whatever. Yeah. I see people now with again, my son always calls me a boomer. Yeah, I'm 55. I'm not a chicken, not a spring chicken. I'm an old timer. So the super chats for YouTube. So people have been saying, you should do that. You should monetize. Everybody, you should monetize. You should monetize. And now I see, like, whenever Jason goes on, super chats, Cody Satori, super chats, and all that.
I don't even know what that is.
It's tip jar. People, if they're watching and they want to give $2 and whatever for a live stream or an investigation, they could contribute. Again, we had a hard time doing a fundraiser for ourselves last year, and that was just for equipment. Forget about batteries and gas and all that other fun stuff. But we're having a hard time fitting one of those in this year because of our schedule. And believe me, we need more equipment. We need money for batteries. Batteries, we go through like nobody's business.
Water.
Gas, for the cars. So I mean, so again, I did Patreon for a while and I canceled it because I felt bad asking people to pay $5 a month for what we do, and the same thing with the super chats. I get it. It's a younger generational thing where they're, well, Jason does it too. I mean, again, and they're like, thank you. You don't have to do that, but we appreciate you doing that. But I'm just like, every time I tell people that I'm just not wired that way, it's the truth. I mean, I don't have a whole, I don't know how to word this the right way without potentially act or insinuating that I'm talking about certain people and certain things. If I were a celebrity, if I were, what's her name, Taylor Swift, something like that, I don't believe you have to get everything you can from those that support you. Money, t-shirts, mugs, keychains. You know what I mean? I'm not wired that way. I don't, our merch was up there for a while, and then we had the guy doesn't do it anymore. So, but when the merch first came out, it was selling really, really great, and it leveled off, and we haven't even approached another merch guy yet, even though we could. People have recommended people to us because they want to buy New Jersey Power, and we're thrilled when we see them. Even now, when we do our events, and to see people wearing New Jersey Paranormal shirts, it's cool. The hats, whatever, it's cool to see that, because I've got one New Jersey Paranormal shirt. And again, the whole idea of asking for super chats, selling, when we do conventions, when we do vendor shows, we sit at a table, and this one gives away candy. We don't sell anything, ever. Everybody else around us is trying to make up their money for their table and their hotel and whatever. We're just there because we love doing it, and we hang out with people, we talk to people. I mean, even the open house at the Burlington prison, it's like that $5 benefits them.
Prison, yeah.
Every $5 from every person, and I encourage you to come and support that place because it's an awesome place with awesome people. But that $5 is going to go to them, and then when we do the ghost hunt that night,
goes to them.
It's just, and again, the idea of something like the super chats, so that we could, have gas money, we could have money to go to the Wawa after an investigation. We could, buy batteries. It just, I don't know. It's not me. And as much as I lean that way sometimes when people say, you should, I just don't, because I feel like, again, we're being supported in so many other ways. We've gotten so many opportunities from doing what we do. We have a great opportunity coming up next month, that could potentially lead to something or could not, but it's something that came from being who we are and doing what we do.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, maybe another fundraiser before the end of the year to try to raise money for some equipment and batteries, but all that stuff it's not free. Equipment's expensive, and batteries, we go through batteries like you wouldn't believe. Look at our list of events. We change the batteries every time we do an event.
And there's a lot of stuff.
And there's a lot of stuff to change batteries on. Believe me, we're talking probably 9 volts alone, probably 18 every time.
And the fundraiser, we feel better about because we're giving something back to you by holding a ghost investigation that you guys pay for, and doing it that way.
And an open house where they can come and hang out like they did the last time at the Baron. Some people just came during the day and hung out with us.
We get to meet a lot of people.
And
because we don't get to stand around and talk with people and have in-depth conversations and ideals and stuff like that. So when we have those open houses and we could sit there, we actually get to talk.
So maybe we'll do that again before the end of the year somehow, some way. We'll try to fit that in. But honestly, I'd rather do that than super chats and I mean the merchandise thing I'm still on board with because I want some stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, if anybody out there wants a hoodie or a hat or whatever, I'm all for getting another guy who's going to print on demand. And even that, we didn't make a whole lot of money off of that. It was print on demand.
Yeah.
The printer was doing all the work.
Yeah.
We would get like that much of a percentage off of every hat or shirt that sold because it wasn't ours. We didn't buy it and then sell it. He just made it and shipped it. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's who we are. And that's what we do. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. If the weather should be decent, maybe we'll head to the Creeper Gallery because now that I know I need one more item for the auction that we haven't done, that puts me in a kind of a bind for being able to do it.
You'll have to show me the picture.
I want merch proud to wear. Hey,
thank God. That means the world does.
We've been at events where we've had guests like Kalani or others, and there's been a room full of people with New Jersey Paranormal hats and shirts. And that makes us look good. And it makes us feel good because, yes, they're a draw. They're well-known people. But here's a bunch of people that are supporting us wearing our merchandise. I'm sitting here because I'm literally watching her wind down. That's why I keep going. Because all I see is nods and looks like she's just waiting for me to.
I'm an old woman.
She's waiting for me to say goodnight, and that's it, which is why I just keep going. I could never get the mug. The mug is cool.
It was hard to get. You're right about that. It was really hard to get.
But yeah, maybe that's the next thing. We'll get some more merch out there because I need a hat. I need at least a few more shirts.
I need another pair of sweatpants, man.
I got a hoodie, but it shrunk. I love my hoodie. My hoodie's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard that from a few people where he had a few issues. I have an XL and J never worn resale. Any takers? Hey Deb, we're not making any money. You're not reselling our crap. So
my giggle juice.
So we'll work at getting the merch. But when we have that, we'll announce it and we'll put it out there. But tomorrow night, maybe Creeper Gallery. We don't have an event this weekend, so that's a good thing. Here's the thing,
lots of work to do.
This is our last weekend. This is it. Literally, this is our last weekend off until now with Donna adding the Creeper Gallery thing.
Till next
year. Probably till the end of the year. So we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to relax, and then we're going to get used to every weekend from now till the end of the year doing something, sometimes Friday and Saturday nights. So you think she's tired now? Plus we have the expo. The expo was like...
I was working on stuff
The expo was like that cloud.
That's not what he's not telling you. I was working on stuff today. And last night.
I had... Oh, here we go.
Now, is that...
That's for you.
Paranormal Savior?
That was... I ran out of awards.
Behavior?
I ran out of awards, so...
Is that
for all the money I get paid for what I do?
That's all I got to say?
For all the money that I get paid that I do, you at least get $1. So...
You know what you can do with that dollar bill?
But know who I'm going to book as a guest very soon that you have to look forward to?
Who?
Someone that talks to aliens.
Oh, yeah.
That's next on my list. This person can actually communicate with aliens and claims to have done so for a long period of time. I'm trying to find her email again, but I got to find her email and I got to book that interview because yet another thing. Am I skeptical about aliens? No. No. I believe it's more likely that there are aliens than there are spirits. 100%, in my opinion, because we're one planet of a whole entire galaxy. No, and not Andrea. This is another person. But aliens, 100% are out there. 100%. And for you to think that we're the smartest being in the universe, you're crazy. Because, again, there's probably so many more advanced species out there than us. But, again, I've always wanted to speak to someone. And just like the Bigfoot guy,
yeah.
from Milliant, Mike, would I ever go out in the woods looking for Bigfoot? Hell no. Hell no. But I would like to find out more if someone had some information.
It would be interesting to see what she has to say.
And what you guys don't know about Andrea is that Andrea also claims to have had experiences. That's probably why you brought that up with aliens. Alien parent from the Conjuring House.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I hear that if you attend a convention with her, which we were hoping would happen this year, she could actually somehow point them out in the sky, and show you where they are, the ships. So I've heard that too. So I'll get that person on and we'll have a conversation. You ask your questions, I'll ask my questions. Again, people, if we're talking about magic rocks, are people talking to aliens that much farther off? I mean, honestly. Come on. Anyway, that's it. Chris is tired. We're going to go. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night from the Creeper Gallery. That'll probably be, I don't like that the summer's ending, but I do like that it's getting darker earlier. It makes our lives easier.
I love the fall.
That we could start early. And yeah, we can, again, the fundraising, well, last year we did the object in the building. That was the first time we ever did that, but we'll make it fun for sure. And it'll be wherever we decide to do it. It'll be a good time. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Chris is very tired, as you can see.
Good night, everybody. Stay healthy, stay safe, and please remember to be kind to each other and get plenty of rest.
We will see you maybe tomorrow. If not, well, Friday we can't. What are we doing? We're doing something Friday. Oh, we might be doing something with my daughter on Friday. Yeah, it'll be tomorrow or not. So probably tomorrow. And if not, if somebody bails, somebody doesn't. I got your back.
Yes, I'm usually bailing out the boat.
Have a good night.
Right. Good night, everybody.